Algebra 2, Lesson 9-3, page 459. So it says, solve each rational equation by using a table of values. All right, we're going to first add 3 to both sides. And that's going to give us x over x plus 4 equals, plus 3. All right. Now, let's see, we got a table of values, so let's put an 8 in, negative 8 in there. And we'll put a negative 8 in here. And that's going to give us negative 8 over negative 4 plus 3. That's going to give us 2 plus 3, and that gives us 5. So we've got a negative 8, 5. All right, and the next value is negative 6. Let's put a negative 6 in there. And so that's going to give us negative 6 over negative 2, which is just 3 plus 3, and that gives us 6. And so we got negative 6, 6. And then negative 5, if you do that, that'll give you 8. So you got negative 5, 8. And then negative 3.5 gives you negative 4. Negative 3.5, negative 4. And negative 2 gives you 2. So that gives you negative 2 and then positive 2. And 0 gives you 3. So you have 0, 3. Now, what you can't see just yet is you're going to have a horizontal asymptote at x equals 4, or excuse me, y equals 4, and a vertical asymptote at x equals negative 4. All right, and so negative 8, 5 is going to be, well, about right here. And then negative 6, 6, right there. And then negative 5, 8 is right there. And that's going to look like this. And you're going to have negative 3.5, negative 3.54, that's going to be right there. And then negative 2 is going to be right there. And 0, 3 is going to be right there. And it looks sort of like that right there. Now, the X-Intercept, the X-Intercept is x equals negative 3. Okay, and you get that from right there because you put a 0 in there. 0 divided by 4 is 0. And let's see what else we got. Well, let's see here. That's negative 3, 0. That's right about in there. And so the solution is x equals negative 3. Excluded value is x equals negative 4. Okay. Good. All right, number 2. Number 2. I would like for you to follow what we did on number 1, and you do number 2. To get credit, you must show your work. All right, you must show your work. And just to be nice, I'll give you a negative. That's going to be 0, negative 3. And let's see here. I'll go ahead and draw some asymptotes for you. And let's cut a little bit off. about right in there. All right. And we'll show you how to figure those out later. And this is -2, so you got 10, -2. And there's a couple that'll help you out. And now it says solve each rational equation algebraically. Okay, first off, excluded value. We need to, well, x cannot equal 0 because that would make that. All right, and that as well. Now how are we going to go about doing this? We have a 12x. We need to find a common denominator. And to do that, we're going to use the least common denominator. So what are the factors? 4x, that would be 2 times x. This 3 would be 3 times 2. And this 12 would be 2 times 3 times x. So what do we got here? Our least common denominator. We got a 2 in all of them, so that's 2. And we got another 2, but there's not one there, and there's one there, so 2 times 2. And we got a 3 here, and a 3 there, so that's times 3. And then we got an x, and that's going to give us 2 times 2 is 4, times 3 is 12. So we got 12x is our least common denominator. So we've got 9 over 4x times 12x minus 5 over 6 times 12x equals -13 over 12x times 12x. 12x. Okay, so let's see here. I go here and x's cancel out. And this becomes a 1 and that becomes a 3. And let's see, 9 times 3 is, well, 27. Let's try this next one. 6 and 2. All right, so I got minus 5 times 2 is 10. 10x, so I got, and then we go here, 12x's cancel out, and that equals -13. Okay, now we're cooking with grease. So we subtract 27 from both sides, and that gives us -10x equals -40. We divide both sides by -10 and we get x equals 4. So the solution is 4. The solution is 4. And let's go over here. Let's take a look at here. All right, what do we got? X cannot equal -1. All right, what are our factors? We have x plus 1, and we have 7. So our least common denominator will be 7 times x plus 1. So we've got 3 over x plus 1 times 7 and then x plus 1. Plus, and then we got 2 over 7 times, and that's x plus 1 equals 2 times 7 times x plus 1. All right, what can we can get rid of x plus 1's there. That's 3 times 7 is 21. Plus, we can get over here, we can get rid of the 7's, and that gives us 2 times x plus 1. And that's going to equal 2 times 7 is 14 times x plus 1. Now we're going to have to do distribute some stuff. So we got 21 plus 2x plus 2 equals 14x plus 14. Well, let's see, 21 and 2 is 23. I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides, and that gives me 12x plus 14. If I subtract 14 from both sides, let's see here, minus 14, I'm getting 9 equals 12x. Divide both sides by 12, and 9 12s, that's 3/4 equals x. All right, there we go. Good job. Five. All right, we got 56 over. Boy, this in here looks fun. It's going to be a little challenging. So let's see, what do we got over here? This is going to be x minus 5 times x plus 3. All right, that's just x plus 3, that's x minus 5. Okay. So my excluded values are going to be 5 and negative 3. All right. Now, so what are my factors? My factors are, well, let's see, x minus 5 and x plus 3, that's x plus 3, so those kind of repeat. So my least common denominator was going to be x minus 5 times x plus 3. All right, so I have 56 over, and that's x minus 5 times x plus 3. And it's going to be times x minus 5 times x minus 3 minus, we're going to have 6 over x plus 3 times x minus 5 times x plus 3. And that's going to equal 7 over x minus 5 times x minus 5 times x plus 3. All right. So what can I get rid of? X minus 5 and x minus 5 and x plus 3 and x plus 3. So I got 56 times 1 times 1. That's just 56. Over here, I can get rid of the x plus 3's. I got minus 6 times x minus 5. And over here, I can get rid of the x minus 5's. And that equals 7 times x plus 3. Now, see, these look a whole lot more complicated than they really are. Do the distribution. You got 56 minus 6x plus 30. Negative 6 times x is negative 6x. Negative 6 times negative 5 is positive 5. All right, now you've got 7 times x, that's 7x plus 21. Now, let's see, I'm going to combine those two there. That's going to give me 86 equals, add 6x to both sides. I got 13x plus 21. Subtract 21, and that gives me 65 equals 13x. Divide both sides by 13, and I get 5 equals x. So my solution is, whoa, hold a second. Look up here. It cannot be. It cannot be. X cannot equal 5. So there is no solution. This x equals 5 is what's called an extraneous solution. Let's take a look at number 6. Oh yeah, we got it going on now. Number 6. What do we need to do first? Well, we need to first let's do the factoring. What do we got? 3 and 7 is 21. 3 plus 7 is 10. So I got x minus 7 times x minus 3. Right here was my hint, really. Okay. All right. So my excluded x cannot equal 7 and cannot equal 3. All right, and that covers all of them. So we're going to have, oh, well, I can't factor that, can I? Because 29 is prime. So I've got x squared minus 29 over x minus 7 times x minus 3 times, and then that's going to be x minus 7 times x minus 3 equals 6 over x minus 7, and that's going to be times x minus 7 times x minus 3 plus, that's going to be 5 over x minus 3 times x minus 7 times x minus 3. Let's get us some Christmas colors going here. X minus 7, x minus 7, x minus 3, x minus 3. So I have x squared minus 29. Equals, and then x minus 7 here, and x minus 7 here. So I have 6 times x minus 3 plus, these cancel out, and I have 5 times x minus 7. All right, so what do we got? We got x squared minus 29 equals, that's 6 times x, that's 6x minus 18 plus 5x minus 35. So I got x squared minus 29 equals 6x and 5x is 11x. 18 and 35, that's 45. 53 minus 53. All right, now I need to get everything on one side. So I've got x squared minus 11x, and then 53 minus 29, that's 24. So I got plus 24 equals 0. All right, what are the factors of 24 that when you add them will give you 11? That would be x minus 3 and x minus 8. Okay, so we got x minus 3 equals 0, so x equals 3. And we got x minus 8 equals 0, so x equals 8. Now up here, it cannot be 3, so that is not 1. This one here is extraneous. You think I could spell it? So my solution is, or the solution is x equals 8. All right. Good deal. Number 7. Number 7. Okay, this is going to be a little bit different, man. So what do we got here? We got 2 times x plus 3, and that's x plus 4. So my excluded values x cannot equal -3 or -4. Okay? So what are my factors? I got a few more factors this time, factors. So I'm going to have to write these out. I got 2, I got x plus 3, And this is 6, which is 2 times 3. And this is just x plus 4. So my least common denominator, let's see, that's going to be 2 times 3 times x plus 3 times x plus 4. All right, so what do I got here? That's going to equal, well, I'm going to leave them like that because that'll make it easier when you go to factor. Okay, so we have 5 over 2 times x plus 3 times, and that's going to be 2 times 3 times x plus 3 times x plus 4 minus 1 over 6, and that's going to be 2 times 3 times x plus 3 times x plus 4. And that's going to equal 2 over x plus 4 times 2 times 3 times x plus 3 times x plus 4. See what we can do. Let's see, we can get rid of the 2's. X plus 3. And that leaves us with 5 times x plus 4. We get rid of the 6 and the 2 and the 3. And that's going to be minus, we're going to have x minus 3 times x plus 4 equals, we get rid of that. And we're going to have 2 times 2, which is 4 times 3 is 12. And then x plus 3. Now let's do the distributive property. You got 5x plus 4 minus, and that's going to be x squared minus 3x plus 4x. That's going to be plus x, and minus 12 equals 12x plus 36. So I got 5x plus 4 minus x squared minus x plus 12 equals 12x plus 36. So I got negative x squared. All right, now I got 5x minus 4x. That's going to give 5x minus 1x gives me plus 4x. So those are gone. And then 4 plus 12, that's plus 16 equals 12x plus 36. So I got negative x squared. Bring the 12x over, and that's going to be minus 8x. Bring the 36 over. That's going to be minus 20 equals 0. All right, that's what I want. Now let's see, did I make that's 12. How did that become 16? Oh, 4 plus 12 is 16. And then what does that give us? Well, that's negative all the way across. I don't feel like I feel like something. 5 times 4 is 20. That's what's making it look funny. So that's 20. 20 and 12 is 32. That's 20, and that's 12. Okay, that's 32. That's not something. 5 times 4 is 20. 3 times 4 is negative 12. So I got 5x. There you go. That's 15. 15. I'm messing up big time. So that's 15. And that's not 20, that's 60. So that makes that a 60. And that makes that a 72, right? No, because that's a negative 12. Because that was x plus 3. How did I get, that's plus 3. So that's a plus 12, which makes that a negative 12. I got several errors in there. And that gives me 48 plus 48. There we go. And then we subtract 36 from both sides. And let's see. Negative x squared plus 8x, because you got x squared, because that should have been plus 7x. And so 5x, and that makes that a 12x. No, I have messed this problem up good. It happens. All right, so let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. That happens. Sometimes you got to erase and redo. So what do we got? 5 times 3 is 15, and that is x plus 4. All right, and those cancel out, and that minus, and that's going to be x plus 3 times x plus 4. And then that's going to be 12 times x plus 3. Okay, that's 15x plus 60 minus, and that's going to be x squared plus 7x plus 12 equals 12x plus 36. Distribute the negative in there, so that's going to be minus x squared minus 7x minus 12. Okay, so 15, well, it's negative x squared, and 15x minus, that's going to be plus 8x, so those cancel out. 60, that's going to be plus 48 equals 12x plus 36. Subtract 12x from both sides. I got negative x squared minus 4x, subtract 36, and that's like 12, isn't it? Plus 12, okay, equals 0. I don't like my negative here, so I'm going to multiply it by negative 1. I got x squared plus 4x minus 12 equals 0. Now, 6 and 2 give me that, so I've got x plus 6 times x minus 2 equals 0. All right, now went from there to there. So x plus 6 equals 0. So x equals negative 6. X minus 2 equals 0. So x equals 2. So my solution is either x equals 2 or x equals negative 6, because neither one of those are excluded. Tough problem, tough problem. Number 8. All right, I was going to let y'all do this one, but since I couldn't do the last one, I'm going to have to, I got to redeem myself. So what do we got here? I've got x minus 2 times x minus 1. X minus 2, and then this is going to be 3 times x minus 1. Okay, so what are my factors? What are my factors? Well, first let's do the excluded values. So we got 2, we got 1, 2, x cannot equal 1 or 2, because 2 minus 2 is 0, 1 minus 1 is 0. All right, so we got them. Got our excluded values. What are my factors? What do I got in the bottom there? Let's see, I got an x minus 2. I have an x minus 1. That's an x minus 2. I don't need to put it again. I got a 3 here. And I got another x minus 1. So my least common denominator is going to be 3 times x minus 2 times x minus 1. All right. So we have 5 over x minus 2 times x minus 1 times 3, and that's x minus 2 times x minus 1, minus 1 over x minus 2, that's going to be times 3x minus 2, x minus 1, equals x plus 6 over 3 times x minus 1 times, times 3, and then that's x minus 2 times x minus 1. All right, what can we eliminate? We can x minus 2, those cancel out. X minus 1, 5 times 1 is 5. Minus, here we got x minus 2 and x minus 2, those cancel out. We got 1 times 3, so that's going to give us 3 times x minus 1. Minus 1 equals, the 3's cancel out, the x minus 1's cancel out, and we are left with x plus 6 times x minus 2. All right, I think it's looking good so far. What do we got? 5 minus 3x, and then negative 3, that's going to be plus 3 equals, and then we got to do this. X times x is x squared. That's going to be 6x minus 2x, so I got plus 4x, and then minus 12. All right, 5 and 3 are 8. So I got 8 minus 3x equals x squared plus 4x minus 12. The next thing I want to do is move everything over. So I got 0 equals, all right, x squared minus 3x, so I'm going to add 3x, that's going to be plus 7x. 8, I'm going to subtract, that's going to be minus 20. And let's see, that's 5 times 3, that's 15. That's 15. So that should have been 15 there. So that should have been 18, I believe. Okay. 18 minus 3x. So I subtracted, that now becomes negative 40, I believe. It's 18. Well, I'm having a tough time. 18 and 12 is 30. All right. So what are the factors of 30 that give you 7? 0 equals, and I'm going to get x plus 10 times x minus 3. So x plus 10 equals 0, so x equals negative 10, and that's not excluded. X minus 3 equals 0, so x equals 3. And that's not excluded. So those are your solutions. All right. Number 9. Yeah, what is number 9? Let's see. Oh, yeah. A save percentage in lacrosse is found by dividing the number of saves by the number of shots faced. Okay, so a lacrosse goalie saves 9 of 12 shots. How many additional consecutive saves S must the golfer make to raise his save percentage to 0.85? So let's see what we got. A lacrosse goalie, he said 9 of 12. So let's see. By dividing the number of saves by the number of shots. So saves divided by faced. Okay, so what do we got? Saves. We got 9 plus S over 12 plus S, and we want it to equal 0.85. All right, so lacrosse, how many additional consecutive saves S must the goalie make to raise his save percentage to 0.85? It must be that many there. Okay, so that's the number of saves divided by the number of shots faced, and we'll let y'all work that out. Number 10, last problem, number 10. I want you to figure out how that one is, okay? And you must show your work so I can see. All right, good job, folks. I'll see you tomorrow. You have a nice evening.